Welcome back to Slop Live. Today's Slopic, more bad news for Sony. It's now been over a month since Sony announced they were going digital only and no longer making discs in 2028. As mentioned in previous videos, their social media was getting flooded with comments saying things like no disc, no buy, and a majority of their posts were getting more comments than likes, and this is still happening on some of their posts, though not as often as at the beginning. Anyway, in the latest news, it seems Stop Killing Games has officially joined the $457 million lawsuit accusing Sony of abusing its control over the PlayStation Store, calling it a Sony tax. And the funny thing is this was actually launched back in 2024, before they even announced they were going digital only. I do like how their YouTube video is just straight up called, "It's time to sue Sony. Join us." The court estimates damages of 435 million euros, also saying PlayStation games on the PlayStation Store cost an average of 47% more than the equivalent physical copies. And supposedly, since Sony has decided to stop producing discs altogether, the campaigners are arguing that it strengthens their case. Now, this lawsuit is only happening in the Netherlands, but they are getting a lot more flack from other countries. Last month, an official complaint was filed in Mexico against Sony for alleged anti-competitive practices related to video game sales, saying if discs disappear, anyone who owns a PlayStation will no longer be able to choose where to buy their games and will be forced to purchase them exclusively through Sony's store. The complaint asks regulators to determine whether or not Sony is basically creating a monopoly, potentially harming both consumers and competing businesses. And there is also a $2.6 billion class action lawsuit in the UK against them as well. And I can only imagine a lot more lawsuits will follow, assuming Sony moves forward and puts this into place in 2028. I guess lucky for me, Fall Guys doesn't have a physical disc. Thanks for slopping by.